All right, so for today's practice, let's start as we all always do with a brief centering. So finding your comfortable seat and just lift the shoulders up, roll the shoulders back, release them down, and then invite the eyelids to close and just take a nice long, easy breath and exhale. Big sigh. Yeah, long, easy in breath and exhale, letting go. And though we are each in our individual homes or places, just acknowledging that we are practicing within a community, practicing within a sangha, and may extend beyond time and beyond place of where we are. So recognizing that we practice in communion with other yogis around the world. And then just noticing the vibration of the space you're in today. Noticing the temperature of the air against your skin. Noticing the feel of the breath moving in through the nostrils. And then taking that breath in fully and just noticing how your breathing is today. Is it shallow? Is it deep? Is it full? Is it ragged? Just noticing sort of the quality and quantity of breath that you're breathing today. And then noticing how the physical body feels, noticing any areas of discomfort. Noticing your energy, noticing the effects of how you slept, the effects of what you've eaten and had to drink. And then noticing too what your emotional state is, just being present to the emotion or emotions that are available to you today. And then note too where the mind is. Is the mind distracted by issues in life or issues in the world? And as you note your state of being, noting what it is you'd like to receive from your yoga practice today and how it is you'd like to be in your yoga practice today. Just mindful of letting go of the fruits of your actions. There's nothing to accomplish. And then let's take in the sound of the bell, following it to the end. Good, and now with the next in-breath, lengthen up through the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, bring the chin to the chest. Good. Let the shoulders relax down and feel the stretch on either side of the neck. And then lift the head back to neutral. Let's lift the shoulders to the ears and then tilt the chin up. Open and close the jaw and move the mouth side to side. Feeling the stretch in the neck. Good, and then return the chin back to neutral. Lower those shoulders down. And then slowly rotate the head to the right, just as far as you can go comfortably. And then inhale, lift up through the crown of the head. Exhale, twist a little farther to the right. And then rotate the chin back to neutral. Inhale, lift through the crown of the head. Exhale, rotate the chin to the left, as far as you can comfortably go. And then inhale, lengthen up through the spine. Exhale maybe a little bit farther. Good, and then slowly release the chin back to neutral. Just mindful of each micro movement. And then slowly draw a little figure 8 with the nose. And then reverse direction. And let that motion come to stillness. And now reach the arms out to the sides and place the hands on your shoulders. And then circle with the elbows. So noticing sensation in the shoulders. See if you can keep the spine nice and long. Good, and then reverse direction. Good, and then release the hands back down. Let's bring the right hand just to the mat outside the right hip, and then reach the left arm up, stretch up through the left side of the body, and then turn the head and look up with the raised left hand. Nice big breath. Good, and then release and switch sides. Bring the left hand down, right arm up, lean over to your left, look up, nice big stretch. Good, and then lift the torso back up. And then reach the left hand over to your right knee. Bring the right hand behind you. So inhale, lengthen and lift, and exhale, twist to your right. Good, return back to center. And then same thing other side. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale, lift, and exhale, twist. Good, and then release the torso back to center, bringing the hands to the knees, one hand on each knee, and then circle the torso around. And then circle in the opposite direction. Good, and let that motion come to stillness. And now let's stretch the feet out in front of you. And then point and flex, toes, heels, toes, heels. Good, and then windshield wipe the feet side to side. or bring the feet a little bit wider, and you might have the other kind of windshield wipers that go in and out, in and out. Try that. Good, and then release, bringing the feet together, and then bounce the legs up and down. Good, and now slide the right knee up towards the chest and interlace the hands in front of the knee. Lift up nice and tall. Relax the shoulders down. Extend that left leg straight out. And then let's cross the right foot over the left. Wrap the left elbow around the bent knee. Reach the right arm out in front. And then inhale, lift, and exhale. Rotate clockwise as you follow your fingertips with your gaze, and then reach that hand just behind the spine. So inhale, lift, and exhale, twist a little farther. Seated spinal twist. Good, and then release, bring the back hand up, rotate the torso back to center, and then uncross the leg, and same thing other side. So squeeze that left knee up to the chest, inhale, lift. Good, and then cross that foot over the opposite leg. Bring the right elbow around the bent knee, left arm out in front of you. Inhale, lift, and then exhale, twist to your left, bringing that hand behind you. So inhale, lift, and exhale, twist. Feeling that deep stretch in the IT band on the left side. Move with the breath. Inhale, lift, and exhale, twist. Good, and then release the back hand up and rotate back towards the center, and then uncross the leg and stretch it out. Good, and then sliding the feet a little wider than hips width, and just take the knees side to side. So roll to the side, inhale to center, other side, inhale to center. Just slowly moving with the breath. A little side to side rocking. So often our rocking is forward to back. Gives a little different experience to our body. And then slowly lower the knees to the left. And then bring the right hand to the hip, left hand just below the shoulder. And then as you exhale, rotate the hip forward, looking over the left shoulder. Good, inhale back, looking over your right shoulder. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to the right. And just move with the breath. And then rotate into the twist, reaching that right hand outside the left thigh. And then again, walk the hands a little farther into the twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, look back over your left shoulder. See if you can look back at that opposite foot. Good, and then walk the hands around, bringing the left hand outside the left knee in line with the ankle, knee, palms, and fingertips. And then with the right arm, draw big figure eights. So awareness going right inside that shoulder socket and just noticing the range of motion. Big breath, big movement. Good, and then release the hand behind you, and as you inhale, swing up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, just moving with the breath. In, up, exhale down. Good, then inhale up and hold, and now stretch that right leg out. Look up at the raised right hand if that works for your neck, and then let that right arm just reach overhead, lengthening the stretch down the right side of the body. So inhale, stretch, exhale, soften. Good, and then release, come back to a seated position. Come to Sukhasana, and then just wiggle the knees up and down, shoulders back and forth. And notice the difference between the right and left sides, noting if the right side feels a little freer. Good, so same thing other side. Let's lower the knees over to your right. Good, bring the left hand onto the hip, right hand just below the shoulder. And then as you exhale, twist to your right. Good, inhale back, twisting to your left. Exhale to the right. Inhale back. Good, and then exhale into the twist, reaching that left hand outside the right thigh. Go inhale, lift, exhale, look back over the right shoulder. Good, and then walk the hands around, bringing the right hand outside the right knee in line with the ankle, knee, palms, and fingertips. And then with the left arm, draw big figure eights. Good, and then release the hand behind you, and as you inhale, swing up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, just moving with the breath. Inhale up, exhale down, and then lift up and hold. Good, and then stretch that left foot out. Look up if that works for your neck, and then extend that arm overhead. Nice long, big breath. Just stretching down the left side of the body. Good, and then come on back to seated position. Good, and see if the joints don't feel more evenly balanced between the right and left sides. All right, let's come to table pose, onto the hands and knees. So wrists beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips. Unless you have wrist issues, and you can make fists with your hands, pressing the ring side of the knuckles down and point the thumbs forward. And then circle the hips around. And reverse direction. Gonna let that circling come to stillness. And then inhale, and on the out breath, arch the back, chin the chest, tailbone tucked under. Nice gentle cat stretch. And then inhale, lower the belly down, lift the tailbone up, lift up through the crown of the head. Good. Again, exhale, arch the back, chin the chest, tailbone tucked under. And inhale, back up. Just moving with the breath. Exhale into cat tilt. Inhale into dog tilt. Good, and then return back to starting position. Inhale, and as you exhale, reach the right ear to the right hip. Inhale to center, exhale left ear to the left hip. Inhale to center, exhale to the side. Inhale to center, exhale other side. Good, and then return back to starting position. Slide the knees together, and then lift the right knee straight out to the right, and exhale, lower down. Good, inhale, lift out to the right, and exhale, lower down. Just move with the breath. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift and hold, and then circle with the right knee. Good, and then release that knee back down. And then same thing other side. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Just move with the breath. Lift and lower. And then lift and hold, and then circle the left knee. Good, and then release the knee back down. And now let's take your blocks and place one block underneath each hand in table position. And then as you're able, step the right foot in between the blocks. So the knee is directly over the ankle. And then tuck the back toes under, and then lift up, lift the knee off the mat, coming into a nice long lunge here. And now keeping the left hand on the block, reach the right arm out to the side and up, a little twist. Good, and then lower that hand back down. And now straighten the front knee, coming into a standing lunge, bringing the nose towards the knee. Feel the stretch to the back of the legs. If you need to keep your knees more bent, that's okay. Just listening to your body. Good, and then release that knee back to the earth. Slide both knees together, and then repeat to the other side. So bring the left foot in between the blocks, tuck the right toes under, and then lift the back knee up. Knee directly over the ankle. And then a little more challenge on this side. Reach the left arm out to the side and up. Little twist. Good, and then release that hand down. And then straighten the left leg. Just creating a deep stretch in the back of both legs. Nice long, easy breath. And then let's bend both knees slightly and then hop that right foot forward, coming into a standing forward fold. Release the hands from the block, so we're just hanging forward, and then gently sway the torso side to side. Good, come back to neutral with the knees bent, and then slowly uncurl into a standing position. Good. And then find your way back to center. You can move the blocks off to the side. Good, and now with the feet underneath the hips, let's take the hands to the hips and then do a little hula hoop. So circle the hips around. And then reverse direction. Good, and let that circling come to stillness. And then step the feet in a little closer together. So the inner feet are almost touching or slightly touching. And then gently rock back and forth between the balls and heels. So exhale as you rock forward. Inhale back. Good, and then let the rocky come to stillness just in front of the heels. First one nice and tall, and then activate the arms. Slowly extend the arms out to the sides. Good, turn the palms up, and then reach the arms overhead. Coming into mountain pose, Tadasana. So lengthen up through the torso. Feel your rootedness in the legs. So weights evenly balanced between the front and back body and right and left sides. And then slowly release the arms out to the sides, staying nice and tall. And as the arms reach shoulder level, rotate the palms down and slowly release the arms all the way down. Good, and as you complete the pose, just pause for a moment or a few breaths and just noticing noticing the signature of this posture for you today. Let's move into a balancing posture. So shifting the weight over the left leg, lift that right knee up. Find a focal point, something stationary at floor level or eye level. And then activate the standing leg, calf, the thigh, lift up through the torso. And then as you have your stability, lift that right leg up, bringing the hands underneath the right thigh. Simple leg lift here. And then let's see if we can do step 2. Place the hand on the inside of the knee, and then move that leg out to the side. Good, and then bring the knee back to center. Hold for a few more breaths. And then slowly release the foot back to the earth. Good, so let's find our balance now over the opposite leg. So shift the weight to the right. Find your drishti, your focal point. Activating that right leg, the calf, the thigh, and lift up through the torso. And then lift that left knee up. Bring the hands in front of the knee or underneath it. So gaze is steady. Mind is focused on that drishti. And then as you have your balance here, let's open up that leg to the left. Good, and then bring that knee back in. Yep, sometimes it's, notice one side is easier than the other. Letting go of the fruits of the action. This is a good posture to practice then. And then release back to the earth. And then shake the arms, shake the legs. And then step the feet a little wider than hips width, feet out in a V position. And then swing side to side. So exhale to the side, inhale in transition. So it's ha, 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 ha. Good, and then let that motion come to stillness. And then let's take a block and place it in between the thighs, down by the knees. And then bring the feet the comfortable distance apart. Then we'll use the block for chair pose. So place the hands on the thighs and then bend the knees. So relax the knees, and then tilt your rear end back like you're about to sit in a chair. Slide the hands down the legs and then reach the arms out in front of you. So squeeze the block with your thighs, and then see if you can go a little deeper into the hold. So a little more challenge here is to lift your heels off the mat, fixing your gaze at a drishti in front of you at floor level or eye level. Good, and then release the heels down. lift the torso up and remove the block off to the side. Good. All right, let's do a little standing sun salutation. So bring the palms together in front of the heart, torso nice and tall. And as you inhale, lift the arms up and arch back. And as you exhale, sweep the arms out to the sides, come into a standing forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins to jackknife. Exhale, standing forward fold. Inhale, reverse the swan dive, lift up, arch back. And exhale, Anjali Mudra. Good, again, inhale, reach up, arch back. Exhale, swan dive to standing forward fold. Inhale the jackknife, look up, flat back. Exhale, standing forward fold. Inhale, reverse the swan dive, lift up, arch back. Exhale. Good, inhale again, reach up, arch back. Exhale, swan dive to standing forward fold. Inhale, jackknife. Exhale, standing forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, lift up, arch back. And exhale, Anjali Mudra. All right, one more time. Inhale, reach up, arch back. Exhale, swan dive to standing forward fold. Inhale to jackknife, flat back. Exhale to standing forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, reach up, arch back. Exhale, Anjali Mudra. Good, and then just pause here and feel the awakened energy in the body. Good, and then release the hands down. And now let's step to the back of the mat, and we'll move from here into downward facing dog. So let's see how that works out. So bring the hands up overhead, and then slowly fold forward, coming into a standing forward fold, and then bend the knees and walk the hands forward. Let's try keeping your feet flat on the mat, and then see how far you can walk your hands forward, bringing the palms flat, and then eventually the heels may come off the mat, and then walk the hands into your down dog position for today. Keeping the arms active, hinging the tailbone up towards the ceiling. And then shift the shoulders over the wrists, so we're coming into plank pose. Draw the navel towards the spine. And then release the knees down to the earth. Shift the hips back over the heels, coming into extended child, sitting on the heels. And forehead down. Nice long, easy breath. Good, and then lift the hips up, and we'll start in table pose. We'll move into one arm side plank pose. So take it easy, and if this is not in your practice, then you can just go back to child's pose or do any other pose that is of interest to you. But let's bring the right elbow down in the center of the mat, and then turn the hand towards the edge of the mat, and then come over onto one side. Okay, so, and now stretch that bottom leg out, tuck it underneath the top leg, and here we are in one arm side plank, reaching the right arm up towards the ceiling, and noticing where you're efforting too much here, and maybe make an adjustment. Maybe the elbow needs to come more directly under the shoulder. Maybe you need to have your bottom leg on the mat, and just see what works for you in this posture. And then do the same thing on the other side. We're going to roll out of that. I'm going to face you. So from table pose, reach your left elbow down to the center of the mat, turn the palm towards the edge of the mat, and then roll over onto the side, tucking that bottom foot underneath the top foot, and then reach the top arm up. Good, and then release. And let's, for a counter pose, do extend the child again. So sit back on the heels, forehead down. Nice long easy breath down the length of the spine. Good, and then transition into a position lying face down on the mat. And then bring the elbows underneath the shoulders. So into Sphinx pose. So the forearms are parallel to one another, palms are flat. And then pressing into the pubic bone, reach the torso forward and up, coming into Sphinx with the chin parallel to the mat. Feeling the stretch in the abdominal area. Keeping the arms active, keeping the breath full. So see if you can breathe through that wide open space in the chest, breathing into the belly. Good, and then release the torso, lengthen the torso, chin onto the earth, and then bring the arms down by the sides, and then just windshield wipe the feet side to side. And then rolling over onto the back. And then hug the right knee up to the chest. And as you exhale, squeeze that right knee up. Good, and then place the right foot on top of the left knee. Bring the left hand on top of the bent knee, right arm out to the side, and then guide that knee over to your left as you turn your head to the right. Good, and then lift that knee up and then roll the bent knee out to your right. Good, and then slide the right leg along the mat and just notice the difference between the right and left legs. And then same thing other side. Draw the left knee to the chest, just squeeze that left knee up. Place that left foot on top of the right. And then bring the right hand on top of the bent knee, left arm out to the side, and then guide that knee to your right as you turn your head to the left. Good, and then draw that knee back to neutral. Lower the bent knee out to your left. And just pause. And then slide that left leg along the mat. And invite the body to stretch and move in any way that feels right before transitioning into position for relaxation meditation. What would feel just right for you to complete your practice. Gradually settling onto the back with the arms and legs a comfortable distance apart. Taking in these words from Danna Faulds called Being Home. Where can I soften in this posture? Where is the edge between opening and force? The line between stretch and too much effort. The mind and body serve up a feast of feelings. Each breath another chance to deepen and release. The smallest motion, or even just a quiet sigh, could be all that I require to shift my focus from the outer to the inner realm. A change from feeling lost to being at home. And then from this place of inner attunement, just let your awareness come back to the fingers, back to the toes. Invite the body to begin stretching and moving as though waking up for the first time today. Finding your way back to a seated position without disturbing your relaxation. And then once again, sitting nice and tall, just taking a deep breath and exhale, letting go. And acknowledging yourself for taking this time to nurture yourself in body, mind, and spirit. And in gratitude for our time together. Let's share in the ancient sound of peace and harmony, the sound of Om, by inhaling. Om. Om, peace, peace, Om. Namaste. Ah, thank you so much.